wasn't town center.
All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is round 2, match 2, part 2 of the HLL IASP charity tournament. We're fighting on Carentan today over Town Center between the 107th versus the 7th Cav. I'm here with Second Lieutenant Rob.
Hey, guys.
And Sergeant McLaren.
Howdy.
So this should be an interesting matchup. Very exciting. I'm going to take a moment to type in like, hey, if you guys tie and you guys have more donations, you win.
Yeah, I mean, super winnable either side. That first match was probably one of the most fun matches to watch so far. I would say Never Play Alone versus BDSQ week 1. Absolutely best match. Fantastic. And right now, this is already shaping up to be a really even contest going both directions.
I'm excited for it. I'm going to see if I can get some good footage of the artillery shooting, because I think that's one thing that doesn't get a lot of focus in this game is you see the shells come down, but you don't get to see the guns working in unison. I'm looking forward to some more crazy tanking too.
I gotta ask this. In the case where we don't have a mercy rule, or one match doesn't have a mercy rule, but one team captures all the points that it would have taken place anyway, versus a match that has a mercy rule in it, is there a clear winner at that point, or no?
Hold on. It looks like 7 Cav has one too many people on their team, so I'm giving them some time to adjust. I did not catch your question.
Do I have one extra person?
I'm on the German side now, or on the 107 side now.
There's one extra person on
the Cav
guns.
The Cav guns have just opened up. Artillery is starting to rain down.
Okay. The Cav team is now squared away, so it's even again.
Yeah, it looks like. I'm assuming the Cavs pounding the entryway into town center.
Well, it worked last time from the other side, so.
But Sparrow, what was your question? Sorry,
If assuming the match goes, let's assume these team tie, but the 107th is able to do the mercy rule. Do they technically win?
Yes, okay. Because mercy rule, if you win by mercy rule, you gain an extra point. So a mercy rule win is a 5-1 victory. The 7 Cav just had a 4-1 victory. So so you are awarded an extra point for the mercy rule. That's why we had a 10-2 matches.
Both artillery guns on either side are roaring away.
And real quick, Sparrow, I'm looking north. I'm watching from the railroad.
All right, I'll rotate. I was watching from that way.
Yeah. So it looks like this time the 107th were able to get that garrison down. They just had a massive spawn wave right near town center on the north side. 7 Cav does the same exact thing, so we're about to see a clash of titans here. Oh man, look at that. Just two massive waves to the point. Early Cav
they're shelling that same spot that the Cav was shelling in the last match. So it looks like they're trying out the same sort of tactics, keeping the infantry off that main road.
I mean, it worked.
And it looks like the first trooper to make it onto the point is going to be Private Dobbs, as he charges in on the street all alone with his own squad further down the street trying to get past the artillery shells.
Yeah.
Question is, can he make it to the corner alley building? I think that's his goal.
That's where he's heading right now. He's almost there, but he's going to run into 2 troopers now. What is that actually?
There he goes. There was a tank.
That's a tank, but I'm not seeing the tank. This is actually very interesting. I am seeing 2 bodies stuck together, surrounded by... Yeah, it's a little glitch. I have never seen this before. That's why I was very confused.
I would say 107th getting the opening play, capping town center with Oh wow, I can't believe it
That
hasn't flipped yet. It looks like somehow the cap has evened out, but I suspect to see this to go 107th's favorite, and there it is.
there's a very heavy artillery preference on the cap too. And
So
we're going to see a lot of the 107th go down just because of where, yeah, there goes 2 more. There's only 3 left. Another 2. The artillery is ruthless in this spot. But the
yeah.
tank is holding strong.
Meanwhile,
Man, this is like a flip of what's happened. It's like the way the 7th cap took the point in the first match is exactly what the 107th just done.
yeah, so maybe there's a bit of map bias on the ally side for this particular strong point. But what's fantastic is that by doing the tournament rounds in this way, both teams get the same shot.
The only difference is those other points. If it's because the other points do change every now and then, it might alter the bias. But it looks like the artillery has switched to smoke, and they're just blinding everything on the town center. Like, it's almost completely encased in smoke.
Yeah, I would say that the 107th have a commanding presence on town center. It doesn't look very penetrable at this moment. Sparrow, I'm going to shift to look at what's going on in the defensive point if you want to shift your perspective. So McLaren and Sparrow, you want to cover what's going on in the town center. I'll go check the defensive.
Yep. Let me know if something starts to get heated over there. I'll swing over and try to get some good footage.
Sure, we'll do.
Yeah, I'm gonna swap over to where you were.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like apart from a recon element, not much.
So what tank am I looking at in this that's on town center?
It looks like it's a heavy.
Alrighty.
So maybe the 76.
It's got the muzzle brake on the end?
I can't tell. I haven't actually seen it.
No worries.
Yeah, it looks like Gibbs' squad is coming in from behind to attack at town center. If they get into that church, they could take out 2 of the OPs. But it's a matter if they're going to make it there or not.
Looks like there's a good force trying to push forward. Is it going to be all tanks that are glitched out like this?
Yeah, it's a number.
Yep.
Oh, well, at least I got a lot of good armor action
If
in
you
the
need
last
to,
one.
the only way I had that fixed is to leave the server and come back if you want to do that.
I can do that. I'll do that real quick. It'll keep recording. Just because that way it can look a little nicer.
Oh my god, we got this epic tank battle right now that McLaren's missing.
Don't say that.
Yeah, so the 7th cab just hasn't seemed to have been able to get onto the point. While they are surrounding it and trying to push in, which is probably the best call for them right now, they just haven't done it.
Yeah, meanwhile...
Gibbs' squad has the highest chance of success, I think.
Yeah,
but they're getting countered by a tank. Go ahead.
Yeah, meanwhile, it's only a recon element really harassing the defensive point for the semi-cab, but it looks like they're starting to get a secondary infantry element to support. Semi-cab playing really defensive here as well. They do have a full Panther asset set to defend.
Alright, I am back in action and getting to the fight.
Yeah, it looks like 7th Cab has a tank coming up the railroad.
There's a Tiger rolling down the street straight to town's center, holding back about a block away. They're not too far behind Wolf now. Looks like they're trying to cover the flank.
Yeah, Gibbs has taken the corner house by Church, while Sergeant Wolf and 2nd Lieutenant Savage has kind of taken one of the key entryways from the German side. and are holding down that position.
This time the 107th has a nice strong foothold in the house on the opposite side of the town center. It's almost a complete role reversal from the last match.
Yeah, meanwhile, Cat Progress going down towards Semi-Cav. Meanwhile, 107th has about 2 squad-size elements starting to make their way into the point onto, what is it, Mont Halias. Difficulty here, though, 107th is going to have to cross a lot of open field with a Panther Overwatch to successfully capture.
Oh, and the artillery's coming back down onto town center. We just saw 3 bodies get blown apart, with Sergeant Wolf left in the street trying to push the 107th out of that corner house by the alleyway.
Yeah, it looks like the 7th Cav is actually taking the south side of the point, and they're making their way on the north side to kind of hammer and anvil a little bit. So they're doing an excellent job surrounding this point and now trying to push in. It looks like there might be a garrison on that center point.
Well, here goes Wolf trying to clear out the house. He just found the garrison, but he got taken down by Classic Dave, of all players, who has switched to a support role.
I screwed up. I accidentally hit end and lost my camera feed.
Oh, no.
Right?
Aggressive play from the Panther at Mont has led to its demise. Now, 2 squad-sized infantry elements from 107th are able to push into Mont Halias with 1 squad-sized element defending.
Yeah, if 7th Cav can push in here, they have 107th has a garrison on the point, but all of their garrisons in the surrounding area have been lit up all at once, so they can all be taken out here, it would seem.
Meanwhile, 107th has a commanding manpower advantage here on the attack as they're starting to prepare to mount pressure.
Lots going on. There's a lot of. I'm really liking this artillery and smoke. Town center, like it's just like the last match, but a commanding force defending the objective. I'm only seeing maybe 3 Cav members alive.
Oh, great play from 107th. Got an AT gun up to help shell Halios, which actually has already led to multiple casualties. I think 107th is probably going to have a really good attempt on Mount, and they're starting to get cap progress as they have a commanding presence on the point. I would not be surprised to see Mount Halios drop to...
Town Center is starting to flip to 7th Cav right now as well. 7th Cav has just been surrounding the point and taking out every OP and garrison in between.
Yeah, they're in the middle of a cap race now. I'm only seeing 2nd Lieutenant Mix here on Mount Halias, but at least 2 squads for the 107th.
Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting cap race. Right now, it looks like it's going to go to
a good bombing run. A good bombing run on Mount Halias could push the 107th back if timed right. But you just got to hit that right spot. And it is the commander that's here.
Oh, and huge spawn in from the garrison on Mount Halios might give them what they need to hold out. Reinforced place on Mount Halios. What about reinforced on Town Center, Sparrow?
There is a reinforced on Town Center, but I don't know if that'll necessarily be enough because they are getting... Their garrison is showing up as red, so if they just simply get somebody near it, it'll block them out. And there's only 2 people on point. And they're both in that corner house.
At this rate, Mount Halias is going to fall first.
Yeah. Mount Halias looking to fold. Doesn't seem like Semi-Cav is going to be able to protect this.
Here comes some artillery on the point.
Too little, too late. Mount Halias is going.
Adler trying to do everything he can. He wiped out 1 trooper by taking
Mount
down the
Halias
process.
is flipped. So that means that the Semi-Cav has until 1 hour in game, 1 hour 20 in game to recap. So we'll have 1 hour and 30 seconds in game for the recapture.
That would be quite the comeback if they're able to mercy the Cav here. Go from losing 4-1 in the first match to coming back and taking a mercy rule in the next.
Yeah, I'm rotating the to Mount Halias.
Yep.
They're saying that they're losing Mount.
Yep, Mount is going towards the 7 cab, but it won't be that way for long. As 7 cab has a slow presence on Mount.
Then there's a strong force of 107 starting to come in and dig in.
All right, I got
AT gun still just pounding Mount Helios.
I gotta rotate to look at it from the south side because the map wall is not letting me go any further.
You mean the north side?
Looking south.
Yeah. Yeah, 107th has a commanding presence on Mont.
Oh yeah, they do. What's the 7 cap garrison situation look like?
One on La Maison, and that is it. But they did successfully get an airhead placed in behind Mont Halios, so it'll be interesting to see if 7 cap makes a play on that airhead. And they do.
Classic Dave coming up and getting annihilated, so they know they're there.
Yeah, massive redeploy.
They just wiped in. Looks like the AT gun's been taken out as well. First Lieutenant Bud, I think, had some shots on them.
So what's the spawn situation for 107th on the point?
107th has a garrison that's lit up red right now. It looks like it's getting taken out.
That one's there, but they also have one on the opposite side on the road in that little complex of buildings, which is fine, and then a few OPs surrounding Mount Helios. But a strong push from the 7th Cap to retake this point.
Yeah, I'm positioned looking 113 right now. I don't know where you are, Rob, with your viewpoint.
So we're good.
Whole squad spawned back in the center of Mount Helios. And a grenade took out the OP and a couple of those troopers.
Yeah, 7th Cap just trying to push back onto that point in force. That was a really good airhead.
Yeah,
artillery's starting to drop as well. Looks like the 107th are starting to shell their own area to try and help push the troopers off.
And that was so close to being snuffed out by Classic Dave. It was literally within just like 2 seconds and it's locked out. So, man, talk about
more spawning in.
7 Cav has 3 outposts in the same vicinity, meaning this attack could be snuffed out real easily by 107th just getting in there as Touchdown Jesus and Thread the Iron get really close to those outposts.
This will be a good little fight here. If Demute runs out in the open, gets shot immediately. Gibbs, Mackey, and Dobbs gonna have to deal with this threat. Mackey running.
Looks like 107th is responding with fury. How's the 107th doing on spawns?
So they had a garrison. It was taken out. It looks like they're dropping supplies where the garrison was before. They still have another garrison on the other side of Mount Helios in that complex building, like what McLaren was saying. But their garrisons are more spread out throughout the map rather than around the point right now.
Yeah, that other garrison is pinging red, or was pinging red, so it's still built up. But the strong push looks like Lieutenant Touchdown Jesus is just wiped out as the Cav push strong from where that airhead dropped in. And there's not a huge force stopping them on that flank.
Meanwhile, I think Plangelier just got a satchel charge placed on the Panther in the south, or maybe a mine.
Got about 10 minutes left.
It's starting to look like it's starting to favor the Cav in this point race. They are really pushing strong.
Ooh, there's a bombing run coming in right where the airhead's at.
Oh, yeah.
Check cat progress on the Mason. Is that recon element? Oh, and that somehow
hold on.
managed...
I gotta react to that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that is not recon. You got it?
I'm moving there now.
Okay, I'll keep watching. Bombing run hit.
Captain, I need you to move back with your guys. You're out of bounds.
Whiskey is okay. He's the one up in the north.
And that bombing run is
they're
perfect.
not backing off Maison or La Maison.
Give them one more warning, and then it's gonna have to be a kick, because if none of them are recon, it's gotta get off.
Yeah, there's only one recon trooper there.
Sparrow, you on that? Make sure you're using local too, so admin comms are recorded, please.
Yeah. I'm typing in chat now.
Yeah, just talk to them in comms, and if not, we'll go kick real quick.
It looks like, yeah, there's 2 squads. Yeah, they dropped an airhead in behind La Maison.
Yeah.
Cav push still fairly strong. The Panther just got taken out. Artillery dropping down. I think that might have been a direct hit by artillery.
There's also an armor asset right on the point for 107th.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Oh, yeah, I see
got
it
an
now. That
airhead
was
right by the road.
That was the 76 on the point, but they've also got Zim coming up behind. We'll see if he's going to throw a satchel or maybe a mine down behind him. He's charging now. 76 doesn't see him yet. Out comes the satchel on the 76.
I may have to start kicking people.
Yeah, if they have 30 seconds to respond, if they don't leave, you kick. It's very simple. So you gave them a warning, you gave them a text warning. Yeah, next is a kick.
Zim successfully dropped a satchel charge on the 76 and was later blown to smithereens by that same 76. We'll see how long until it goes off. There it goes, damaging the tank. So, it's hurt bad, and there's AT right behind him.
They say they're getting them off now.
Okay.
They're off. The only thing left is a recon element.
Perfect.
So how would that score? Because that would obviously, with the cap on that, draw 7th Cav troopers off. Well, kind of gives a... So how would that work in this?
So everyone has 30 seconds to respond, and they have 30 seconds, and they moved off the point.
Okay.
So, I mean, again, I also announced to the 7th Cav that the Cav was not recon and that they're being pulled off. So the decision to redeploy massive amounts of forces was
all on them.
Yeah, that's on 7th Cav. That's yeah. So 107th has pretty commanding pressure on Mount Halios once again.
I guess they were unaware that infantry could not attack the last point. Apologies for the confusion.
Yep, all good. They were able to correct it within 30 seconds. That's fine.
Yeah.
Looks like the 7th Cav pushed back onto Mount Halios, though, has been thwarted as the 107th reclaim control. 76 is still running, badly damaged, but holding out strong.
There's a Panther just going through, destroying the infantry right now. On point. Is it a Lux?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Lux. They're coming up, and then across the field, we've also got a Panther starting to approach. Lux is getting himself stuck in the trenches. I'm betting that's got to be Jinto, isn't it? I wouldn't be able to see, but...
Right now, there's only a recon element on the point.
Yeah, Caprod is going back towards 7 Cav.
The Lux is riding the trenches, but I think they're going to be taking an AT shot to the rear soon. They're still... They're just...
So that's Profano and Butcher being mad lads.
Okay, it was definitely either Profano or Butcher. Or Now they're going after the 76.
More
Gutsy
cap
move.
progress on Mount IASP from Semicav.
Oh, that's there. The 76 sees the Lux now. Shoots over the top of it as they struggle to get out of the trenches.
Oh, took a direct
Doesn't
hit!
blow it up. Doesn't even
Didn't die,
blow it.
wow.
They must have had HE loaded. That should have, unless, no,
Oh, there it goes.
There it goes.
Final shot for the explosion.
Mount IASP over halfway cap from Semicav now. Can we
Oh,
double
wow,
check that
they're
La
pushing
Maison
hard.
is being capped from Recon?
Yep, it's a single recon. And
Strong push back on by the Cav. Trenches are almost clear, but they still have that 76 that looks like they've been fully repaired.
Meanwhile, 107th reinforcing the point, coming in from their garrison location up north.
A Panther has moved in behind on the flank. They're getting in range. They're going after that AT gun. Took one shot. The AT gun sees them. Just one guy on that gun.
man, Second Lieutenant Miggs is getting right up in there with the infantry right now.
And it looks like Mount Halias is tipped back towards... And no reaction for the La Maison cap, which is valid. So if that lone recon is able to cap La Maison, it is fair play.
Looks like the Cav is starting to defend La Maison. The Panther is in a tough spot. They're getting shelled by that AT, but they've also got infantry AT on the other side. They've put themselves in a tough position. But it can still draw the attention of the 107th and give time for that infantry push onto the point.
So 2 minutes left to capture before Mercy Rule. So this is all or nothing from 7th Cav.
The 7th Cav push has been stopped. They were about halfway, weren't they?
There is a reinforce on the point.
Oh, I see. The Panther is all alone.
Oh man, this is going to be tough. This is going to be really close. So it's a minute. So
you said a minute 20?
Yeah, minute 20. It's a minute.
Or
minute
20.
I said a minute 30 seconds, but it's officially a minute 20 seconds because there was a little bit of a delay there.
I wonder if 7th Cav
was it an hour 20 or a minute 20?
Hour
1
hour and 30 seconds is the call. So this might. So what I want you to say, Sparrow, is this is going to be so close that tell 107th that if the cap does happen, to keep playing. We're going to play this one out because this is going to have to be a photo review because it's going to be so close.
I'm really... Wait.
5 seconds. No, yeah, we got...
Yeah, tell them now that 107 do not stop playing. We're going to play the round out. This is going to... We're going to have to review the footage for this because it's going to be so fucking close if the cap goes. So tell 107th to continue to play. Do not stop because we're going to play the round out because it's going to be so close. Because they might get this cap in the next 30 seconds and we're going to have to review footage.
I just put the message out for you.
So if they're able to cap, so, oh my god, so 10 seconds to cap.
For caps within 4 seconds.
Oh my god.
That is cap,
a good cap. Cap is good. So that is a good cap. So let 107 know that that cap is good. Holy shit, that was within 10 seconds. So we will do a video review on that to just absolutely confirm that the minute 1 hour and 30 seconds was valid. I believe it was closer to 1 hour 20 seconds, but we will be doing a film review at the conclusion of the match, so we will not call this until that review takes place. But we will continue to play through. So I'm going to let the Semicav know So, Sparrow, let them know that the field call is that the cap was good. However, we will review the
McLaren's done
footage.
it for me.
Okay, so
Yep,
just
I can take care of that.
yep, just let them know we will review the footage because that was
Yeah.
way too close to call on the field. We will have to TMO that. Wow, that was
That
insane.
was a really, like, I mean, that was within seconds of the
Yeah,
Cav
I was gonna say
being
I called an hour 30 because I was like, well, you know, maybe 5 or 10 seconds won't matter, but
From what I remember, you called an hour and 20 seconds.
yeah, that was the original
That's what I
call,
had
but I
heard.
updated it to an hour
Okay.
30 seconds because I felt it was a little slow. So no matter what, we'll play the round out because now we're outside of the mercy rule. So we will have to review the footage on that because that's just ridiculously
That was
close.
crazy. That was insane.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. That cap official was what? A minute. So what was that? 35 seconds?
It was a minute and 34 or an hour and 34 seconds
Yeah, it
on
was the
the
cap.
clock.
Yeah, so we will review when 107th got that cap just to be sure. I believe it was at least an hour 25 seconds, but we will do the film review before officially calling the match.
Yep.
I'm going to
Holy
go
moly.
cover Town Center if you guys got that.
Yeah, wow. That was absolutely wild.
Very close to the 107th taking the entire match.
Yeah, and that would have winning
Because that would have pushed them ahead of the cap between the two matches, right?
Yep.
That would have been a 5-1 victory on this.
Yep. So that would have been crazy because that would have been a 4-1.
4-1 versus a 5-1.
Yep. So that would have been a 6-5 victory. Oh my god.
Talk about a well-balanced fight.
Yeah, that's as close as it gets.
All right, let's get back into the action, see what this Sherman is doing. Pushed up past a couple of 7th Cav troopers, and looks like he's pushing hard towards Mount Halias. Oh, they're charging this Tiger tank. They're getting in behind him. The Tiger's reacting, but who can turn faster? The Sherman is on the Tiger's ass. They've taken one shot, but the Sherman gets one-shotted by the Tiger.
If you would like to have a sponsorships part on our matches, please contact somebody in the 7th Cav. We would love to have sponsors for this event. All right.
Especially when we go through these quiet times like this. Is that right, Sparrow?
Yeah. Yeah. Amazon, I know you make your employees piss in bottles, but I will gladly have you sponsor this, you know?
Yeah, that's going to be censored.
Yeah, just a little bit. Seems that the 107th has gone to more of a defensive approach now with that big blow. We got Staff Sergeant Demute and Sergeant Heberlig pushing a single house held by the 107th on the corner next to the alley. Heberlig charging fast. He's going to go attempt to clear it out. He's gone after the garrison. As of right now, no one sees him. He's taken the garrison down without anyone paying attention to him. The garrison's destroyed on the town center. But Heberlig has gone down to threaded iron.
So I definitely hit T right as they capped that, so I should have that recorded on the time. But
I had that recorded as well. I can
Good.
confirm it was 1 hour and 34 seconds when the cap was taken.
Yep.
What about the initial cap?
That's what I'm
Do we
talking
have
about.
that too?
I have the initial one.
Thank you. I'll take your footage because I don't think I had the initial cap.
Yeah, I'll review it right after this match is completed. I'll actually just review it, and then I'll personally message the 107th rep and just let them know what the official times were on the cap. Because holy crap, it's regardless, it's within 10 seconds.
We got a 7th Cav recon tank has pushed forward. They just wiped out a trooper trying to hide. As it approaches, the garrison was taken down on town center. And I don't think they've gotten one backed up yet. So here comes a strong push, I think, from the Cav. They're charging after a supply truck that I guess was bringing those supplies. The supply truck is gone.
There goes the recon.
That was the supply truck. The recon's still up. Recon tank, he blew through. He shot the supply truck, and he is just pushing through, causing mayhem. I believe that supply truck was trying to deliver supplies for a garrison on point.
Yeah, I really... what I think I'll do, Rob, and this is why I messaged the 107th, is in this rough cut, I'll take your footage since you got the time to do the rough cut with.
Yeah.
And I'll add a timer to the screen that just counts down for 15 from the moment it starts, so that there's no...
Yeah, if you want to do that, that'd be great. Yeah, that's... I don't know. Like I said, I would say the call on the field was probably good, but we will definitely quadruple check that because it's just too close to call in real time.
Absolutely. The 107th got a garrison back up in the center of the town, but it is not well defended. It is quite exposed, and we just saw several troopers go down as they spawned in. They're trying to hold on as much as they can. Specialist Jarvis had his MG set up and cleared a whole bunch out, but now they're shooting back at him, causing as much mayhem as he can, and he's been taken down by Classic Dave.
Classic Dave is getting after it. Good for him.
Yeah. The 107th has a good number of garrisons set up on the south side of the point, but nothing on the north.
Yeah. 107th is starting to make progress in on the point, though.
If they can still at least cap it, we should be at the point now where, if the call was good, they can at least tie.
And then they'll come down to fundraising.
They'll come down donations.
Which I think the 7th Cav still leads at $850.
There's a small push coming from 107th, trying to reclaim Mount Halius, but I think there's a strong enough force from the 7th Cav that they might be able to hold on with just over or just under 7 minutes left. Little trench showdown between PFC Zim and Cav has secured the trench system. That AT gun's still sitting strong.
Yeah,
cool max 5 times, just chilling out here, launching shells to the point.
107's got a bombing run going through Mount Helios right now.
Ooh, that's gonna probably get a lot of effect.
We can see a strong push after that. Here it comes.
Oh, that's money on the target right there. Ooh, that's got a good 5 or 6.
It got a good strength. It took out a bunch. Now it's time for that push.
Getting close to that 5-minute mark.
Close match all around.
That bombing run took out 4 people total from the Cav.
Oh. AT gun just obliterated one of the 7th Cav troopers. I mean, I think he hit him dead on. His body left a 20-foot streak of blood behind him.
We're almost at the 5-minute mark.
Correct.
In about 40 seconds. Man, what a close match. This was very entertaining to watch.
I think it's interesting to see the bias, though. It seems like, if anything, there might be an allied bias for this map. It'd be interesting to see how that plays out.
See, I don't know. In the last match we watched, it was pretty strong in favor of the one team, regardless of what side they were on. I think it's just we have very, very close teams, 2 very close teams, evenly matched.
So, starting to see cap progress.
With 5 minutes remaining.
Looks like that cap progress was quickly extinguished. As Whiskey from 16th IR is starting to get in from behind. He could have a couple of Ps within his sights.
couple of 107th pushing the trench system. Coming down to Flanders for Zim. Flanders wins that fight.
Yep, and Recruit Whiskey from 16th IR getting down in at least one of the outposts, maybe two. And 7 Cav seems to not be reacting to that. Rear side recon.
Yeah, Second Lieutenant Night Fox pushing up. He just had a bunch of infantry cleared by either a satchel or artillery. I think it was a satchel.
Yep.
Wolf is left all alone with one trooper flanking him.
And here comes more Cap progress on Mount IASP.
And the Cav are being pushed off.
Oh, this is probably going to go
a strong
the other way.
push. Got Specialist Longwell left there. He's going to be pinched between a bunch, and I think he's about to go down.
Yeah, tough.
Sergeant Golan's coming in to fight.
Weird call from the 7th Cav to really try to contest town center. I'm kind of surprised they're making that call, because all they have to do is hold Mount Halias to get this win with under 5 minutes left.
Here they come. They just spun back in force. They're spreading out. Not a great spot to spawn. They're kind of left in the open, but it might just be enough to stop the Cap. Hobo Joe taking down the 7th Cav commander in the trenches on Mount Helios.
Yeah, it looks like the majority of the 107th defense here on the point is controlled around the alley house. They've set up a garrison in the... There's a outpost or a courtyard.
Cav just holding on to the point with massive spawns on that garrison.
I mean, that's all they need to do. They just need to hold it for another 3.5 minutes.
2.5, but close.
They're just spawning in force and then quickly getting mowed down at times. Looks like the squad leaders are starting to try to get SPs up. But Cool Max sitting off in the distance still shelling the point from that AT gun. I don't think he's had a shot fired at him since the last tank approached him. Yeah, and he took that out.
Yeah, I think the 7th Cav has exclusively rotated to defending the point. Bud and one other person who I just missed, I want to say it's Demu, are kind of attacking town center. I hear a bombing run.
Oh, bombing run right on top. He hit the trenches right.
Wow, that was a clutch bombing run. That was right where it needed to go.
That put a nail in the coffin for this match.
That was right where it needed to go. Oh, but here's a quick respawn. It seems like none of the critical spawns were taken out. So
no, but we're coming down to a minute and a half left. The Cap is... It's still close.
I think Bud's in the 3rd story of the Vim's house right now.
Could we have a second photo finish coming up at the very end of this match? Like,
jeez, I don't know.
We're getting close to having two. A minute left, and they're about halfway strength for capping.
I gotta get my blood pressure checked after this match. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That. Oh,
seeing some. There we go.
Unreal.
Some Panther coming up on the German side. I thought I saw a Allied tank approaching as well. We're in for a good end of this fight.
Yeah. Private Chaos here looks like he's trying to push onto the point to maybe get a satchel or something.
With 30 seconds remaining, I think the Cav has held on long enough to secure this point.
Yeah, let's get that score
and
check.
It's going to all come down to that photo finish.
So I'm doing the score check now. At 20 seconds. Sparrow will give you the 10-second countdown from Matt Flip. 5 seconds. 2, 1, go ahead and flip. Wow.
That was